What's going on, everybody? The Gilfest 2021 event is going to be here next week, and it's going to be a really good lotto to farm, especially now that a pen skill's come out, so we're going to need even more materials for later down the line. And today I'm just going to give a quick little guide on some of the team comps that I think are more on the free-to-play friendly side and that I think a lot of people can use, based on Xzero's and SaberofAvalon's guide they put together. I'll leave a link in the description for the spreadsheet in case there's a team comp I don't go over that you think you'd be able to do. Okay, so on the very first day, you're going to be wanting to farm the gold, silver, and bronze seeds as fast as you can so you can buy the Lotto seed from the shop, which gives arts and buster performance by 8% and 15 crit stars. You don't want to limit break this because it gives the lotto drops, and if you limit break it, you're only getting +2 instead of spreading it out, which will give you like +4 or 5. Okay, and the materials in the box are serpentite jewels, horseshoes, proofs and chains, as well as gems, embers, mana prisms, friend points, and QP. And of course, you'll get the damage CE for the first 5 boxes, a lore in the 6th box, and a golden foes in box is 7 through 10. Okay, and it is broken up into sort of 3 main farming nodes that sort of release every couple days in the event. And I'm going to be talking about the last node that is going to be the lotto node for all of them, since that's the one you're going to go really hard on to get as much as the lotto tickets as you want. In the round 1, the final lotto seed node will give a 21% hard drop and 36% bell drop rate, and that's like not even from the boxes, that's just the actual farming the nodes, which is really nice. I need both of these materials really badly, so I'm going to go pretty hard on this one. Round 2, and I want to actually point out, round 2 is probably the hardest node to actually 3-turn, and I'll explain why once I get to it. So on this day, or these set of days, if you want to go out and clear the shop, I'd recommend to do so during round 2. But it gives reactor cores and homunculus babies. Both of those I'm actually okay with, so I'll probably go clear shop out and do challenge quests during round 2. And round 3 gives mirrors and ghost lanterns. Really nice for the 20% mirrors drop rate. Okay, round 1. Room 1 has 3 caster enemies, around 18,000 health. Wave 2, 3 caster enemies, 2 around 30,000. And a demon of 55,000, and then wave 3, 3 caster enemies with the highest being 130,000. And the first comp I want to go over is actually this first one here, or I guess second one, is going to be a Surf Mordred, Nero and Waver. This is actually a really nice 6C comp if you want to do that. And you can pretty much almost fully clear at MP2 Mordred. And the way to sort of read the spreadsheet is it has the servants, CEs, mystic code, and above the servants is the skill levels you'll need. So for example, Surf Mordred, it's 10x 10, and the X means middle school doesn't matter, you can have it at whatever you want. And on the right side, it sort of gives when you'll be using the skills. So for example, in this one, room 1, you want to activate all of Surf Mordred's skill, or I guess Surf Mordred's first and second or third skill, Nero Bride's first and second skill, and Waver's first and third skill on Surf Mordred. And on wave 2, you should have refunded enough from the first wave to be able to NP right away. Do that, and then on wave 3, you want to use Waver's second skill to get Mordred back to 100%. And even at MP2, it should be a pretty nice clean kill. If not, you can just face card your way through the rest of the node. The next comp I want to go over is this 5-slot Mordred, Tamamo, and Paracelsus, and it requires a max limit broken imaginary element. So, turn 1, you pop Mordred's first and third skill, and then after that Paracelsus's MP gain on Mordred, and then either Tamamo, you can use her skills, or as the guide says, you can use another support such as like Caster Gilgamesh, Waver, Reigns, whoever you want. And basically you're just able to cleanly loop through all 3 waves, and you should have enough refund for each one. And as you can see, MP2 Surfer Mordred should clear fairly easily. The next comp I want to go over for round 1 is a Da Vinci comp. And it is this one, Rider Da Vinci, Astolfo, and Skadi. You don't even need it. MLB Kscope, you just need a non-MLB one, put it on your Da Vinci Rider, and Astolfo, Skadi, the Lotto drop Cs, and you basically MP waves 1 and 2 with Da Vinci Rider, and then wave 3, Skadi buffs on Astolfo, and even at MP1 Astolfo, he'll clear that final wave. Really nice since Astolfo is, even MP1 Astolfo works, but it does require either your own Rider Da Vinci or your own Skadi, and then taking the support of the other. And also 1 Kscope. The next sort of free to play comp I want to go over is over here, right here. Nito, Chris, Astolfo, Skadi, and then a 20% charger with plug suit. So essentially, wave 1, you want to instantly MP with Nito, Chris, and then once that happens, you plug suit Nito, Chris out for your 20% charger, 20% charge to get Astolfo to 100% with a normal Kscope, MP, and then final wave, buff up Astolfo with Skadi, so you can MP that final wave. And this one, it does require an MP to Astolfo, but the requirements are much lower for this one compared to the other one, where it requires another 5-star, while this one, it's pretty much a whole bunch of 4 stars and possibly even a welfare. It's more flexible compared to the other one. And the last, I guess, comps I want to talk about for round 1 is the classic double Skadi. This one, Dante's, Zerkalot, Achilles will work. Marie can work, but it's a lot spicier if you use her, so I wouldn't recommend unless you're absolutely desperate. But these are your standard double Skadis with your quick looper. And if you want to read more about it, spreadsheet will be in the description, but it's pretty much standard. Buff up your quick looper, let them loop, and then maybe even plug suiting another charger in, or in this case, you want to use a Paracelsus, and so they get the extra MP gain. And this one doesn't require Kscope, which is really nice, and even at MP2 Zerkalot should clear most of the time. Alright, let's talk about round 2, which is the bit of the spicier rounds. Room 1, not too bad. 3 sabers, with the highest being 26,000. And wave 2 is where it gets a little tricky, where it's only 2 enemies, so it makes it really, really hard to try to quick loop through this. And also, room 3, it has a ruler, which they don't take effective damage against most enemies, which is really annoying. So the double Skadi Zerkalot, a lot harder to do this time. So the first example I want to give is this Paracelsus, Jarcher, and Waver. Throw the non-maximum broken Kscope on the Jarcher. So wave 1, you want to use all of Paracelsus's buffs, including his MP gain on Jarcher. You want to use Jarcher's first and third skill, and then also Waver's second and third skill. NP wave 1 with Paracelsus. Wave 2, NP with Jarcher. She should refund some, and then wave 3, use Jarcher's NP battery, and then Waver's first skill on Jarcher to get her to be able to NP the third and final wave. And here's examples of trying to quick loop where you pretty much need an MLB Kscope because of that second wave being really annoying, cause you not to get the full MP gain you normally would if it was 3 enemy waves. So unless you got MLB Kscope, quick looping is not really viable. And this is where you gotta start getting creative. And a comp I actually like for this is down here, where it's you basically got a face card wave 1, which kind of sucks with Touta, but with the Lotto Cs giving 15 critical stars at non-MLB, that helps out a lot with face clearing wave 1 since you're going to be critting a lot. So wave 1, you just face card it. Wave 2, you use your 20% charger such as Helena to get Touta to 80, plug suit in Waver, use his second and third skills to get him to 100. He NPs, clears that. Then wave 3, your nuker will have 40% charge already. Use Waver's first skill on him to get him 70%. Use your nuker's other NP battery skill to get him 100%, and they'll NP. So you can use servers such as Gajuna, Gilgamesh, Ishtar to try to power through this wave. But unfortunately, the Ruler John's going to be really annoying. And the other comp I like for round 2 is this Arash, Fran, Skadi, and then 20% Charger. And what you do is wave 1, you got a face clear. And then wave 2, Arash MP up, Skadi MP gauge up on Arash, and then Mystic Code the 20% to Arash so he can MP. And then final wave, Arash size, and that brings in your other charger. Charge up your Fran, and then let her go to town. And even at MP2, Fran should clear most of the time, which is really nice. It just sucks how the middle wave is sort of 2 enemies and the final wave has this ruler that really screws up this node a lot. It makes it a lot harder to 3-turn. Luckily, the final set of waves is much easier. Round 1 is 3 saber enemies, highest being 20,000. Round 2, 3 saber enemies, highest being 65,000. And then wave 3 is another 3 saber enemies, highest being 140,000. And the first comp I want to sort of talk about is this Paracelsus, Jarcher, and a Waver with a 50% starting CE. So, wave 1, use all of Paracelsus' buffs, including his MP gain on Jarcher, pop all of Jarcher's skills except her MP battery, and then also pop all of Waver's skills. This will allow Paracelsus to NP wave 1, wave 2, immediately NP with Jarcher, and then wave 3, if your Jarcher is a high enough NP level, you should get enough refund to be able to just use her MP battery and then NP the third and final wave. But as it says down here in the corner, lower level MPs might struggle with this, so you might need to bring in a plug suit with another Waver or charge support to get her enough MP to be able to NP on the final wave. There's also the classic double Skadi setups for this one, so hey, go to town with this one if you need a double Skadi. Pretty much similar to round 1 Skadi, so if you Skadi'd round 1, you can pretty much Skadi again round 3. And the final comp I want to talk about is this one right here, this 6 slot. And I think I forgot to mention when I was talking about face card earlier, but the event C does give a whole bunch of stars, so you're going to be critting a lot whenever you do face card round 1, which is really nice. And for this comp in particular, you want to Waver skills, wave 1, Arash battery, as well as Mystic Code. And you don't even have to do that round 1, you can just crit your way through it. And then Wave 2, Arash MP, that kills them, and then Wave 3, you just pretty much need a charging AoE unit such as Gajuna, Gilgamesh, Ishtar, Tesla, Napoleon. Anything that has like 30% charge, because you're going to get 20 from waiver passively. You're going to, when Arash dies, you're going to bring in a Skadi or another 20% charge or like another waiver. They're going to get 50 from that, so it's 70, and they just need at least 30. So as you can see here, MP1 Gilgamesh is going to be enough with this comp. MP2 or MP1 Ishtar is going to be close, same with Tesla, and then MP2 they should both pretty easily clear, and Napoleon's a little weaker, but not many people have Napoleon that I know of or use him a lot. So yeah, this one's really flexible. I like this one a lot. I might end up doing this one. And also going to go hard because of mirrors, and I need a lot of mirrors. So anyways, those are sort of the team comps I wanted to go over that I think are going to be the easiest for the general players to use and that I like a lot. Personally, I have a super scope, so I can afford to go for more of the whaley comps that are less clicks. But hey, do whatever you best fits your account, and just go hard on the Lotto. One of the best times of the year to farm. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you and answer them. And of course, this document's going to be in the description, and big thanks to Xzero and SaberofAvalon for putting this together for the community, because it helps out a lot. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Later.